You mentioned that your approach helps enterprises navigate chaos by building around open source standards and flexible architecture. MCP is still very new. How do you future-proof implementations when the technology is evolving so rapidly?
Yeah, so I think there's a few things there. You go with the standards that seem to be winning, so MCP, number one. Number two, you can future-proof yourself by going this route that I described, using general purpose agents with skills and tools rather than building your own custom agents, which, you might depend on frameworks or technologies that suddenly get obviated at some point, right? Rather than trying to continue to maintain a lot of custom agents, you instead can run the innovation curve of the general purpose agents. And anyone who has taken Cloud Code and Codex and these other general purpose agents for a ride understands that there's fundamentally a difference between them. There are ways that the general purpose agents are being built that keep them from being stuck in loops, that help them, basically reason. And you have to recreate all of that. Why would you do that? It's much better to ride on the innovation curve. And then third, when you are going to sort of build a framework, and this is one of the things we want to help you do with MCP Adaptive Ops, is that you need to think about sort of having policy that can be applied regardless of the components, so that if you decide at some future date you want to remove a certain kind of MCP security gateway and replace it with a different one, you can do so without having to change your policy, right? In the same way that you can remove engines, or change the different inference engines that you use. So the pluggability and composability of the system that you build is really about you kind of having the right layers of abstractions in all the right points, so that as things mature, as technology evolves, you can swap out the things that make sense. And so I think it's best if you're not using custom agents and sort of de-risking everything as much as possible.